Module 11.3, it is about stress and health. So under this module, we are going to discuss stress in the general adaptation syndrome, stress in the hypothalamus, pituitary adrenal cortex axis, coping with stress, and in closing, emotions and body reactions. So stress and general adaptation syndrome. So general adaptation syndrome describes the process your body goes through when you are exposed to any kind of stress, either positive or negative. So it has 3 stages: alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. If you do not resolve the stress that has triggered gas, it can lead to physical and mental health problems. So Hans Selye introduced the idea of general adaptation syndrome, which is the way our body responds to all kinds of illness and stress. So this syndrome have 3 stages. Yun nga sabi ko kanina. The first one is the alarm, second one is the resistance, and the third one is the exhaustion. So the 3 stages of the general adaptation syndrome. So first one is the alarm. It is the fight or flight response of the body to perceive stress. Next one is the resistance. It is the second stage of stress response. It is the adaptation. So the body adapts to the situation in whatever way it can, such as by decreasing activity to save energy. So after the intense stress, dun na papasok yung third stage, which is the exhaustion. So in this stage, the individual is tired and inactive because the nervous system and immune system have no energy to sustain responses. Stress in the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal cortex axis, or the HPA axis. So stress activates 2 body systems. One is the sympathetic nervous system, which prepares the body for brief fight or flight emergency responses, and the other is the HPA axis, consisting of the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal cortex. So the HPA axis, it is our central stress response system. Responsible din ito sa neuroendocrine adaptation component of stress response. So as you can see in the figure, that's the HPA axis. So activation of the human hypothalamus bring the anterior pituitary gland to secrete adrenocorticotropic hormone, or ACTH, which in turn stimulates the adrenal cortex to secrete cortisol, which enhances metabolic activity, elevates blood levels of sugar, and increases alertness. So many researchers refer to cortisol as stress hormone, and it also use measurements of cortisol level as an indication of someone's recent stress level. Compared to the autonomic nervous system, the HPA axis reacts more slowly, but it dominates the response to prolonged stressors such as living with an abusive parents or spouse. So stress, inactivate nito yung sympathetic nervous system natin and slowly activates the HPA axis. So the adrenal cortex releases cortisol, which increases metabolism. So next reporter.